Hey everybody, Yogi here, doing well. Hope you're doing well. I'm in Manitowoc County, and this is the unincorporated area of Kingsbridge. I don't see anything. Oh, that looks abandoned. Or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, I guess that was it. I guess that was it for Kingsbridge. Yeah, these unincorporated places, you don't know what to expect. You know what? Let's go a little farther. There's a bunch of cows. Hi, cows. And a burn pile. The cows are staying away. This road is bad. Ooh. Yeah, there's really nothing here. Okay. Well, I didn't know what to expect. That's why when I saw the sign Kingsbridge, I hit record. All right. Well, that was Kingsbridge. Not a whole lot of anything. Whoops, I can't go that way. I had my directional on. I was going to turn into that house and say, hi, I'm home. I haven't been up here in Manitowoc County filming much at all. And I thought to myself, let's head north today. We've done some south stuff recently. Areas to the south of Milwaukee. Let's head north today. This is the unincorporated area called Larrabee. Don't know what there is to show you here. Ooh, that looks like an old school. Yeah. That looks like an old school. Let's check that out. Okay. Very nice. Look at that. And then straight across the street here, we've got another building. Whoa, look at that one. We got to check that out. I'm still in Larrabee. Still in Larrabee. Check that building out. I got to park. I want to see this. Oh, look at that place. Huh? It's been a while since somebody has been in this building, huh? There's an open window right there. And inside there's a bunch of stuff, tires. It does not say that there is no trespassing. It's not marked. Let's take a look inside this door here. Oy vey. Oh boy. Lots of paint. Lots of stuff. And another door here. Wow. Look at that. Holy cow. This was some kind of store at one point. Wow. Check that out. It's been decades since somebody's been here. Look at that. Simply beautiful. All right, we are in Maribel. And I just had to get gas. I was down to nothing. I was down to fumes in my car. So we needed to get some gas. Gas $2.59. Maribel is a village in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. Population 336 as of the 2020 census. A post office called Maribel has been in operation since 1837. The community took its name from a nearby mineral spring. And there's the water tower up ahead. I have never visited the actual village of Maribel. There's an area I visited that's nearby that we will check out, but I have never checked it out, the village itself. Okay, Maribel Village Park. Let's go check that out real quick. Home of Maribel Lions Youth Sports. All right, what do we got back here? We've got a little pavilion. That is the Maribel County Community Center right there. Right here. And there is the baseball park. It's a very cold, late February day here in Wisconsin. It's 19 degrees right now. Look at that. Neat little old schoolhouse right there. Look at that. Bell tower. There's a bell still up there. Must have been the old school. Very nice. I would assume we're coming up to what's the downtown area. Via Rail Engineering. You've got a bar on the corner here. Let's take a little turn. I'm now heading south. Not sure what road this is. There's an old bus converted into what looks like to be an RV. Not a whole lot on this side of town. Downtown was back the other way. I think we're heading out of town this way. There's a church. There is St. John Lutheran Church and School. School is in session. Maribel. Ooh, nice green feed store right there. This must be the downtown area. There's the post office. Okay. Okay, not a whole lot going on here. We've got the bottoms up. We've got Born Again Yoga Gymnastics. And that is about it. There's the Maribel Fire Department. I'll turn in and take a look at that real quick. There it is, Maribel Fire Department right there. Back through downtown. Yeah, mostly homes. Businesses converted into houses or apartments. Honestly, it doesn't even look like that bottoms up is open. There's signs in the window, but it doesn't look like a... It looks so old and decrepit, you wouldn't think it's open. There's that grain company again, Maribel Grain Company. And there's the post office right there. Let's turn in there quick and show you the post office. There it is right there. Maribel Post Office. 54227. Maribel Grain Company. Tavern closed. Yeah, that's another tavern that's not open. I don't think, well, they have this one on the corner here, and I think that's, maybe that Bottoms Up is open. I don't know. If you're watching this from Maribel, comment below. Let me know. It doesn't look like a bar that would be open, though. And now we're going to go, I believe, west. And that pretty much takes us out of town pretty quickly. Not a whole lot going on here in Maribel. Sleepy little town. That's just the way, I like it. Yep, and just like that, you're out of Maribel. So this is called, boy, oh boy, Rosecrans? Rosecrans. Okay. Since it's literally a half a mile away, let's take a look at Rosecrans before heading back into Maribel. So this is the downtown area-ish of Rosecrans. Rosecrans? It says Town of Cooperstown on this building here. Rosecrans Road. Lucky Lady. So Rosecrans has a bar at the intersection. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is this intersection here. A couple houses spread out. But they've got a bar. The Lucky Lady. Okay. I don't see anything west that way, so let's go back. Now, this is what I find hilarious right here. Let's see. It's going to say, at least it should say the same as it did coming out. So it's 55 here. It goes from 35 to 55. Okay. Okay, so now we're at 55 miles an hour. And now we're going from 55 to 35 in what? 7 seconds? 8 seconds? I guess my question is, what was the point of that? Just keep it 35 the whole way. Just weird. All right, well, let's pull in. Let's pull back in to the county park. I will tell you about the demographics. Let's talk about some demographics. Peak population was actually 1980, 363. Racial makeup of the village, 99.1% white, 0.3% Native American, and 0.6% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of the population, 0.3%. Median age of the village, 41. Gender makeup of the village, 48.7% male and 51.3% female. Median income for a household in the village, $45,938. Median income for males, $36,375 versus $23,036 for females. About 4.8% of families and 7.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 8.8% of those under the age 18 and 11.8% of those 65 or older. Notable people? No notable people from Maribel. That's going to do it for demographics and notable people. I am still in Manitowoc County, just outside of Maribel. And this attraction has been here forever, since 1900 at least. And it's got a very interesting history. And we're going to tell you a little bit about it right now. I'm walking on snow, so I don't want to fall. So let's turn the camera around. There it is, the Maribel Caves Hotel, built in 1900. Last time I visited this site, there was way more stuff. So in 1900, this was a new and modern health resort. advertising with the slogan, "Just a place for the weary to seek rest and comfort." The 450-acre resort opened with astounding popularity. 1893, Walter Steinbrecher bought the property. Now, Steinbrecher's father, Charles, envisioned a health spa similar to the ones popular in Austria at the time. Walter's brother, Father Francis X, purchased the land in 1900 and began to make his father's dream a reality. At that time, Steinbrecher was a priest at St. Mary's in Kaukauna and was fortunate to have many stonemasons in his parish. 30 men from the parish were hired to construct the building with local limestone. The hotel took 4 months to construct. A variety of owners followed, including Jeff Miller, who operated the site from 1981 for a few years before Manitowoc County Historical Society President Bob Lyman and his wife Doris purchased the hotel and bottling works building. So that must have been a bottling works building right there. The Lymans purchased the property to save the site from demolition. While the hotel rooms are no longer filled with guests seeking a relaxing vacation, the building is a true historic treasure. The building, with what is left, stands partially intact following a tornado that ripped through the area in 2013. Yeah, a tornado came through here in 2013. There was a much more of this was left over the last time I was here back in the early 2010s. God, I want to say 2012 was the last time I checked this place out, and much more of the building was intact. That whole area there was struck by that tornado in 2013. So yeah, the Maribel Caves Hotel. Some people say it's a portal to hell and that there's all this haunted stuff going on and that Al Capone had stuff going on here. It could be true. So there it is, folks, the Maribel Caves Hotel, or what's left of it. It's unfortunate, but you know, that's all we have left. At least there's still something standing here on the grounds. And right over there is the Maribel Caves Maribel Caves, actually. There's caves. I'm not going to stop there today because it's just, frankly, it's too cold out here. I'll probably stop by again in the summer and check that out. And maybe some of the caves will be, I don't know if any of the caves are open. Last time we were here, the caves were all sealed, but we'll go check that out in the summer when it's warmer. So let's get back in the car because my hands are freezing and see what else we can come across. This is the area known as Cooperstown. It is unincorporated. And we've got what looks to be a very old abandoned house here on the right. Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody's living there. Oh gosh. So there's St. James Parish right there. Cooperstown is a town in Manitowoc County. As of 2025, the population was 1,296. They actually have demographics here. It's kind of really old looking. I don't see any cars there. I don't know if there's people living there or not, but look at that building. Wow, pretty cool, huh? We'll turn here, see what they got. They got a whole bunch of old tractor equipment and stuff there. The racial makeup of the town, 98.29% white, 0.50% Native American, 0.57% Asian, 0.21 from other races, and 0.43 from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino, 0.64% of the population. Median age here, 37 years old. Median income, $58,177. Males, 40,048 versus 23,750 for females. About 2.4% of families and 3.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 4.7% of those under age 18 and 2.0% of those 65 or older. This area is about 3 miles north of Maribel. where we just were. And I was hoping there would be a downtown area, but I think that intersection that we just passed, I think that was it. It doesn't hurt to look around, though. You never know what you're going to find, right? Right. No notable people from Cooperstown. There is no Baseball Hall of Fame here. This is Cooperstown, Wisconsin, not Cooperstown, New York.